Gentlemen, we're going to keep it going. Coming in at number 7, we have Armoured X. So Armoured X, if I got the timeline right, exists in early in X's time in the underworld. X had gotten to the point where when he would power up fully, he would have like this armor that would kind of flare up over his body momentarily and then dissipate. And then he finally got to the point where the armor became stable around his body. So if I remember correctly, the armor itself was just kind of like how armor is. Like it was, it was appropriate for his level, and it increased his durability and everything like that. And also it came with a staff where when he touched somebody, they were instantly disintegrated. So that was crazy. His overall power level, he's actually, well, I'll just compare him to Living Realm X. So the reason I would put him above Living Realm X is because Living Realm X and Armored X are like, it's kind of only like a slight passage of time in the overall scheme of things. And Armored X has those advancements. The only thing that Armored X has is he doesn't have the Force. But that wasn't a big part of X's arsenal anyway. But with the armor and that disintegrating staff, like if I had them fighting each other, yeah, sorry. Living Realm X isn't coming out on top with that. So next we have Fusion X. So now we're back in the Living Realm. So Fusion X is the X that was the fusion of an earlier version of X with a later version of X that fused together. This was in the battle against the Sailor Scouts that happened right before X died. So this X is, it has like those fusion enhancements and everything. So it's just like a titanically powered version of that X. He has superhuman and everything like that, and all his regular abilities are massively enhanced. Now the reason I will put him over Armored X is because even though Armored X does have the armor and the staff, which Fusion X does not have those things, I would still put him above him because it's such a massive power difference. Whereas like Armored X may have that thing where it's like, if I touch you with this, you're dead. A lot of the techniques that Fusion X would have are probably going to be the same. He's going to have a more powerful KO can, a crazier devastation. He's just an overall superior being. This Fusion X also has access to the Force, even though, like I said, it's not really important. It's not a big portion of his abilities. Then I'm going to go with Legacy X. So this is an interesting one because this entire grouping of the X's is interesting because I think a couple of them are around the same power. So Legacy X, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he had the armor anymore during this time. Curry, help me if I'm wrong about that. But what he did was, this is also in the this is also in the underworld. He had died. He had been dead for a bit, and he had been recruited by Legacy to help him on his conquest. So this X had the ability to basically teleport anywhere throughout existence, with maybe the exception of like I guess beyond the seals where double dead people go, and the Negaverse. Outside of that, it seemed like he could go pretty much anywhere, and that's an amazing ability. If this was just regular teleportation, he probably wouldn't even get a spot on the list. But this is like the Omega granddaddy of all teleportation, where you can pretty much go anywhere. And even though I'm not even 100% sure that Legacy X is necessarily beating Fusion X in a fight, I would say when it's all said and done, he's overall more powerful because he has that one super transcendent ability. And to be honest, with that ability, I'm not even sure if Fusion X could take him. Like if something gets a little hairy for him, he's teleport away, wait, and just maybe come back in devastation, Fusion X. So yeah, number 7 we got Armored X. Number 6, Fusion X. Number 5, Legacy X. And we'll go on to a new video.